be a spoiler.
But we're okay with spoilers.
It'll stay right here.
I'll say this, at the in the season finale, Juliette had sort of had it, and she just, I know she's going into a wedding and she wants to be there for her friend, but she also says to him outside, I just don't think I can do this anymore. It's too much. Thinking about Adeline having sex with Nick, it's a lot to take, and but that was before he lost his powers. So now that he's lost his powers, I think there's probably going to be a slight more of an inclination to think, maybe this isn't such a bad thing after all, as far as salvaging the relationship is concerned.
Monroe was kind of hinted that you're going to be a little darker.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about that? Is there going to be an evolution of Dylan?
I don't know that it's even necessarily just about my character getting darker. I think the direction the show is going is in a slightly darker direction. They even have they hired a new DP, this guy Fernando, who's even lighting it a little bit differently. So you guys will probably notice a visual change as well, just thematically and visually. They want to take it in a slightly darker tone. I know they think that it's been a little too easy on Monroe and Rosalee. They sort of had with the exception of their wedding getting ruined, they haven't had that much drama happen to the two of them, and it feels like it's always poor Nick and Juliette that are like really having this crazy stuff happen.
We've seen since the beginning of the show, we've kind of seen Juliette go on this crazy emotional roller coaster. At a point, you would think that she's going crazy with seeing ghosts and everything, losing her memories. How was that for you as an actor to dive in there and really get into the nitty-gritty of all that?
That was season 2, and that was pretty cool just because it was challenging, because you're really having to act. There's obviously nothing there, but your character's seeing all these things, and A, and B, I was shooting alone a lot of the time, and one of the things that's so fun about this show for me is that I really like the cast, and so it's fun to be shooting with at least one other person. Most of that stuff was all by myself, so I was getting lonely and missing everyone. I really love the direction they're taking the character now, as far as being way more of a badass, and physically, the implication being that he's been training her on the side, and she's really geeking out about all the research stuff, and she's sort of, as much as she's sort of, maybe the Adeline sleeping with Nick is the threshold and she doesn't want to do it anymore, there's also something about it that's really exciting, and it feels like a detective story, and she gets to help out, so.
You mentioned the Scooby Gang nature of some of the things, which a lot of fan members will love when we're talking about these grotesque things over like spaghetti. For this Adeline theme as being that much of a kind of strong, do you think that she's always kind of been borderline wanting to get out, or it just became a little too real at that moment?
I think the latter. I think that she's actually been pretty willing to go through this stuff with Nick, and the more she knows about it, the better she gets at handling it. I think the idea of, your boyfriend of years and years sleeping with another woman, even if he didn't know what he was doing, is maybe a mental image that she may not be able to really get over. Yeah.
And do you feel like, the stuff with Trouble have been really cool and everything like that, so do you feel like you'll have more scenes with her kind of maybe?
Well, we need Trouble now, because he lost his powers and she's living with us anyway, and I think that Juliette was initially really resistant about her for obvious reasons, because, Nick had just brought home Adeline and her baby, and the mother-in-law, so to speak, a week earlier, and now he's bringing home some hoodlum, and I'm just supposed to be okay with this. I'm like, well, why doesn't everybody just move in with us? But she's David and I always talk about it as if she's like our little baby sister that we've taken under our wings. Yeah.
Guys, I'm so sorry.